All right, we're out here in Amagi. I think this is my fifth battle in this ship, and I'm liking her. She's a hard-hitting, good-firing battleship. So we have one submarine, three destroyers, three cruisers, and five battleships on each side. We are on Sea of Fortune. This is a pretty cool map, but I don't know if I'll have time to do any sightseeing, but there's some real neat towns that are on these islands that if I have a chance, maybe I'll take a little tour around. But I have been out here during clan battles and ranked battles, and for whatever reason, a lot of times those are at nighttime, and these towns are all lit up, and there's some real cool villages and such in here. It's pretty neat. Anyway, I have spawned over on the end on Alpha Cap, and so I have a submarine on my side, and a Shumfan, and Benham, and a friendly lion on our side. Now, Shumfan is a Pan-Asian cruiser, very lightweight armor, but has smoke and good set of torps, ability to put out a lot of HE in a hurry, but can't take much damage. If he is seen at all, he'll take citadels from all angles. He can't even turn into the shots and mitigate the damage. Oh, and there's a buffalo trying to push down a channel here. I'm going to put my spotter plane up there so I can get a better sight on him. Let's see what this guy's doing. Looks like he's trying to change his mind about pushing in, and he's trying to turn out. Let's see if we can guess where he's going to be. Takes about 5 seconds for my shells to get that far, but let's see. Oh yeah, there you go. 2 citadels. Took away half his health in one swat. That's the sort of thing that changes a cruiser's perspective on things. He's not going to want to be out here getting in so close and harassing our DDs now. Now they do have one other radar cruiser, the Atlanta, but it's a even lighter weight than the Buffalo was. It's more in the range of the Shumfan in terms of its inability to take any damage. Alright, I am throttle juking, going up and down on my throttle, and that threw off the shots from the Buffalo and the enemy's Amagi. Now let's see if I can get some shots into him. Oh, there's a submarine over here. Alright, I think he's sailing right into that box. I want to send all my depth charges right there. Okay, every time I fire I'm detected, but oh, there, good. I got a direct hit, caused flooding, and a splash damage. Now, if I can get another strike on him, we might put him down, but I'm kind of going out of range of my depth charges, but we'll try. Oh, there's an Amono over there. Let's see if maybe we can hit him. He's angled, but they're not very heavily armored cruisers either, and yeah, I got a pin. I didn't do a citadel damage, but I did some damage even so. Okay, well, if I keep pushing around in this direction, I'm going to be in trouble here. Yeah. And King George V, KGV, is over here, and he's throwing HE at me. Those darn things start fires bad. So I don't need to be trying to rush into a pair of battleships. You can't angle against HE. All you can do is put it out, but if they start another one, you're just going to sit there and burn with that too. So I'm just going to have to put up with this for a bit. Oh, there's that buffalo again. He's gutsy. Oh, and he was able to put down our Shumfan, who detonated. What a dummy. I would not be bringing a cruiser or a destroyer out here without det flags. It's just not safe. He may not even have done that much damage to the Shumfan. But one lucky hit, and then all of a sudden we lost our cruiser. Oh, good. Okay, Citadel on the Amano. Okay, I would rather not take any hard hits from our enemy Amagi over there, but I'm kind of giving my nose up. Oh, I almost got the Amano. All right. Well, Scharnhorst finished him. Now I'm trying to turn out, because here comes some shots from the Amagi, which scattered around me. Lucky. Goodness sakes. Okay. Well, let's get this shot on the Amagi. I've got a DD right in front of me. Now we gotta dodge some torps, I'm sure. This is the Uloi, and the Uloi has 8K torps. Right now he can see exactly where I am. I can see where he is. I've switched over to HE now. But it looks to me like I'm going to be able to get in with my secondaries. Yes! There we go. Okay. No skill required, just a little bit of luck. Oh, but then I am still detected. What is detecting me? Can't be any of those guys. They're on the other side of islands. So, it's not the KGV. He's too far away. And it's not because I fired, or my timer would be showing. Oh, it is the submarine. Okay. I can't tell right where those torps came from, but it seemed like they came from, oh, they came from closer to the island up there. Okay, I thought it was right next to me. Alright, I put those out a little bit too close. Alright, well. Got HE loaded in case I see him again. There he is. Okay. Put those right on him. And now, HE. There we go. And then I can dodge these torps. They can't turn fast enough. Aha, got him. Okay. Only thing sweeter than taking out a destroyer and a battleship is taking out a submarine. Alright, now I am spotted by KGV's airplane spotter, but he's on the other side of the island where he can't do anything about it. So I'm going to get some shots on that buffalo. We can finish him. That'd be nice. Oh, he dodged. Okay, I came up just a little bit short. KGV is coming around that island. I need to get ready for him because he will tear me up with his HE. Okay. Well, only an overpen and a penetration. I thought I'd smack him hard with that. Too bad. Alright, well, he's on the other side of the island. I'll go ahead and shoot at this buffalo. Kind of single-fired my shot so I could adjust my aim in between them. Got 2 overpins on him. Then the other one must have missed. Scharnhorst got their Bismarck though, so we've got a lead on ships. Got about 175 or so lead on points. That can evaporate pretty quickly if I go down or if one of our other battleships goes down though. So real nice if we can take out that buffalo. Oh, almost. Doggone. One more shot there. Somebody get him, I'm saying. Somebody get him. This'll finish him. Alright. Good job, Lion. Alright, now we can go to work on the KGV. He's throwing depth charge planes at me just to see where I am. They can't do any damage to me. They're only for use on submarines. They don't actually hurt anybody else on either side. Okay. King George V is going to be just on the other side of this island. There he is. He got first shots on me. Oh, and he started 2 fires right off the bat. I've got to put him out. Uh-oh, and there's Kitakaze, and the other Amagi is right over there. Well, I got a pizza party, 100,000, so I just told both sides that, but that's probably all I'm going to get. I don't think I'm going to get anything else here. At least Kitakaze missed with his torps, but he's got me on fire. I'm done. Okay, well, we still have a real good lead here, but we aren't racking up any points right now. They're taking Alpha Cap. They already took Bravo, and they've gotten into Charlie Cap. Okay. These are North Carolina. Got the enemy Amagi right after I died, so now let's see if we can get that Atlanta out of there. I'm kind of watching the battle on the mini-map as well as the one on the big screen here. Our Lion is doing a job on the KGV. Lion is Tier 9, while KGV is only a Tier 7 British battleship. And KGV is already short of health after I did some damage to him, so Lion should finish him pretty easy. But our Lion is already running low on health. This could go either way. Meantime, our sub is firing torpedoes at KGV. Maybe that'll do it. I'm kind of trying to angle so I can see what's happening with the Atlanta too. Okay, there. Okay, the sub got a torp into the King George, and then Lion finished the King George, but then Kitakaze was able to finish off the lion. Had him on fire and didn't have one of his super heals ready. I think the lion gets the super heal the way Conqueror does. Alright, Tashkent finished off the Atlanta, so that saved Charlie Cap, and now Tashkent is in Bravo. So I'm going to make sure to comp that Tashkent when we get done with this game. I think he may have saved the game for us. Alright, and our sub is making his way into the Alpha Cap. Kitakaze is pretty low on health. I just said, good job, team. I let everybody know that Kita is low on health, so anybody that sees him is going to take him down with one good shot. And Kita has to come in and do something, because if he doesn't, they're going to lose anyway. We are up by 260 points and counting now. The enemy team is not making any points. That Buffalo ended up getting 3 kills in the game. So he dealt with the fact that he took those early citadels and still continued to play. On our side, we have 4 different people that ended up with 2 kills. Our Tashkent's got 2, Lion's got 2, I had 2, and Scharnhorst had 2. We will see who's going to take out the Kita, if anybody. Time might just run out here. I'm asking if NC is even spotted. Maybe Kita is hiding behind a rock instead of coming out looking for him. Okay. We've still got about 2 minutes. Oh, there he is. Okay. Tashkent ought to be able to get him real easy. One more shot. There. That's it. Alright. Let's take a look at our stats. So, almost 104,000 damage. 33 target hits. 18 overpins, 12 full pins. Only 3 that didn't do any damage. Shot down 1 airplane. I don't know whose. Probably somebody that was throwing depth charges. Only had 2 destroyed, but did a lot of damage and almost got that 1 cruiser. Set a couple fires, caused flooding on that submarine. 3 hits to the Citadel, got 4 defended ribbons. 16 secondary hits, that's what took down that DD. And then 3 depth charge hits. That helped take the sub. Alright, and we ended up on top of the leaderboard. 2,228 base XP with close quarters expert medal to go along with things. That was a pretty good night. Alright, so I sank the submarine and I sank that DD. Didn't need much to sink him. Almost got the Buffalo. That was so close. And then I came very close to the Amano. So it was the difference of just 1 more hit between having a 4 kill night and just having a 2 kill night. Total shells fired. Let's see. I fired 126 shells total. 126, and I connected with 33 of them. So I'm running around 20% hits there. I'd like to do a lot better than that. All right. Well, anyway, I tanked 1.67 million in damage, so there was a lot of things being fired back at me, and that's stuff that's not being fired at my other ships, so that helps. Sometimes that's a battleship's role. It's not always an easy one, but you gotta accept taking some damage in order to dish out damage and free up your rest of your ships to do their job. All right, now let's see. As you can see, I'm still in the Dunkirk port. Now, Amagi is typical of the Japanese ships. She's got that very large, kind of a distinctive bridge structure. So they set up some sort of fire control spotting way up high, and then she's just got a real heavy duty superstructure. Now, that does take a lot of damage when somebody's throwing HE at me, but I think they're a pretty cool looking ship. All right, now my captain on Amagi. This was a 19 pointer that I pulled off my Fuso, and so I might redistribute my skills later on and try something different after I get some Elite Commander XP back. It cost me quite a bit to move this guy over. I don't really want Concealment Expert as much as I would like to have Emergency Repair Expert right now. And then later on, I might think about picking up the Concealment Expert, or I've actually done pretty well with the Improved Repair Party readiness. It brings back my repair party, my heal, more quickly every time I think potential damage equal to my base XP. So that's quite a buff. So I've had some good luck with that, and I might try that, but we'll see. I've got to wait for another 2 skill points to show up, or get enough Elite Commander XP to redistribute and try things out here. All right, so I am running though right now with this gun feeder, so I was able to switch shell types, which I did several times in that match. I am running grease the gears, and that lets my gun turrets rotate a little bit more quickly. And the Japanese battleships' gun turrets are so slow that this is almost essential. I am running Adrenaline Rush, so when I did get low on HP, it added uh, a buff to my reload time. It reduced the time that it took for my guns to reload by a lot, because I was down to about 10% HP left. So that took off probably about 3 or 4 seconds total. I haven't done the math on that, but it was significant. And then basics of survivability. It got my fires and floods, especially the fires, because those were really hurting me. Um, Helped me put the fires out more quickly. So yeah, I do have Concealment Expert, and it's not that it's a bad skill, but on a Japanese battleship, which have such poor concealment anyway, it's almost a waste compared to the value of having the Emergency Repair Expert. As you saw, I ran out of heals on that, and if I had had that extra heal, that might have been enough to keep me in the game. I wouldn't have died quite so quick, although I was in kind of a tricky spot there with that DD shooting at me, the Kitakaze, and the I think that was the Lion, the British battleship that was shooting at me. But the battleship was disappearing behind a rock, so I really just had the Kitakaze. But yeah, never know. But I would like to have had the option of at least having that extra heal there. I might have been able to use it before I even pushed around that island. And then I do have Fire Prevention Expert, so that reduces the number of fires that I can catch down by 1. So the easiest place to catch fire is on my superstructure, obviously with such a large superstructure, and I can only catch one now on that superstructure. Any other fires they want to start, they've got to reach a different part of my ship. So that works out pretty well. All right. Well, for fun is trying to invite me to division. I cannot right now. I am still working on this video, and then I'm kind of done for tonight. All right, let's take a look at my modules. So, Amagi, I just got her last night, and so she has 66,300 hit points. That's base, and then when I uh, took that damage and cut that down, then that's where I was able to reload my guns more quickly. But if I was to tank 66,300 potential damage, then that's going to give me back my health 0.2% quicker. Well, if I tanked 1.7 million potential damage, I was going to get my health back almost down to something like Massachusetts speed, which is very quick. Then I'm running the fire control mod so that it takes my range out to 19.9. But when you add to that my spotter plane, that got my range out 20% further. So that would add about 3.8, I believe, to that. So that would take us out to a little bit over 22 kilometers, which is pretty good. But the biggest advantage with a spotting aircraft, though, to me is it helps me see over islands and get a better aim on ships that are hiding behind an island, which I used that a few times, as you saw. The other thing I have is I have the propulsion up to 30 knots. So with Amagi and most battleships are somewhere around 25, 26 knots. But that 30 knot speed lets me get away a little bit more quickly, and then add to that I have propulsion mod 1 up here in the fourth slot. I am able to speed juke a lot more easily, and so I can cut my power and then change my speed up and down the scale, and makes it a little bit harder for ships to hit me at range. I do have main armaments mod 1, helps keep my guns from getting knocked out. I did have one turret get knocked out, but I was able to repair it. And then damage control system mod 1 to reduce the risk of catching fire and reduce the risk of flooding a little bit. It doesn't eradicate or eliminate that risk. It just helps reduce it a little bit. But every shell that fires at me has a certain percentage chance of starting a fire, especially when you're looking at the something like the Kitakazi. It has something like 40% chance for every shell that it fires, and it fires a lot of shells. So that cuts it down a little bit. Same thing was true of that British battleship. So my aiming systems mod 1 allows my shells to group into a tighter pattern. Every ship that fires shells is assigned a certain ellipse value. Amagi and the other Japanese battleships have a smaller ellipse than some of the, for instance, the German or even some of the American battleships. And so this reduces that dispersion down so that things stay in a tighter group inside that ellipse. And makes Amagi and her sister ships that are in the other tiers very dangerous, because when they can hit what they're aiming at range, they can do a lot more damage than something that maybe scatters their shells all over the place. And then I have propulsion mod 1, as I already talked about. And then concealment system mod 1 brings my detection down along with that captain skill that I currently have. down to 13.6, which is not too bad. It's actually within reasonable range. It's less than even some of the Tier 10 cruisers that sometimes I have to face. But it's not useful though once I fire, because when I fire my guns, then everybody can see me, because my detection expands out to the uh, range of my guns, whatever they might be shooting at. Everything can detect me then. All right, we talked about the spotted aircraft, and then those depth charges help me against that submarine. And so having 10-kilometer range on a Tier 8 is pretty good. I have some of my battleships that are only about 8 kilometers, and then Massachusetts only gets 5 kilometers, but she's gimped that way. It's not really fair, but that's the way it goes. And so I depend mostly on my armor-piercing shells. And with a base of 30 seconds reload time, have a lower reload time because I've taken enough damage that my adrenaline rush is kicking in. Then I can reduce that reload time down to probably as low as about 27 seconds, I think, which is pretty nice for a battleship that can hit as hard as this. All right, well, that was our first look at Amagi.